Okay, so welcome at this tutorial for Rasengan. This is not a fake this time. As you can see, I would like to create something like this. So let's get to it. I will just skip some boring parts. This is not like a Blender basic tutorial. If you don't know how to work with Blender, you should check out the basic tutorials. So I have I think I can show you this. This is quite important to set a transparent background here. Otherwise, it's up to you to set the settings here. So, I have put here just a sphere. I have set the shading to smooth, and this is a light source. Why we're doing this? Because actually the 3D feel we want to achieve in Rasengan is created by shadows. So when I render this, I have put also the material to to just the blue color. By the way, we're working with render cycles in Blender, which is quite useful. So when I render this, we have something like this. You can see the shadow here, which is actually the 3D look. This is what makes the 3D feel, the shadow. This is just a wrapper, or this will just make the layout for the Rasengan. But the main feature, let's move to another layer. The main feature of Rasengan is that energy, like toruses or beams, rotating inside the core. So let's put here a torus like this. Yeah, I have set the dimensions. You can change the radius here. So I will just put it like it was like this. Let's move it to the center like this. So this will be the thing that rotates inside Blender, inside the Rasengan. This is we can scale it later, it doesn't matter now, but there are many ways to make it move. I would like to show you the easiest one, just adjusting the rotation actually. So animated, we have just 200 frames, and we can do something like this, and maybe just some random rotation. Be careful, there is a high chance that you will encounter Gimbal Lock, so there are many ways to prevent it. I won't cover them, but it should be something like this. The Gimbal Lock is that there might be some configuration that you won't actually see any rotation, or very small rotation. So I think we can actually make it even faster. It really depends on how you want the Rasengan to look like. Yeah, this looks quite good. So like this, we can just copy paste the torus, and what we want to do is that just simply change the initial orientation and the final orientation, so the rotation will actually different. It will look different, and you will actually see the difference. That's the point. So it will be, when we have two of them, we have something like this. Then we can copy paste again, just scale it down or something, and really just adjust it. So magic, here we are. I have put some more, rotating thoruses. We can actually maybe add even more, but I think this is enough for now. I've also put a light source here, the sun, and I have applied this material. It's like normal material, but I have just added, instead of color, I have added this noise texture, which you can actually find here. It's like noise texture. I scaled it. The reason is I could have left it like white, but the reason is that this actually looks more like an energy or something than just solid white color. So I have just also added this node to desaturate it, because there are colors in the default texture. So this is the result, and now we want to put it together. I've prepared this in Node Editor, but first we need to create one more render layer, which will include this layer, this second layer, But be careful, we have to exclude the first layer because otherwise it will be like overlaid or somehow overdropped by the first layer. So I think it should be like this. When we get into Note Editor, we have to of course tick this, and there are two like render nodes, and here is the layer 01 and here's layer 1. So when I actually we have to, when we render, we have to choose both. So this is the first one and this is the second one, and the result will be like this. Yeah, we have to move it a bit. I think there's need for some adjustments, but let's leave it like this for now. Maybe we can actually do this. That will just I think this should be, we can actually do the same as before, and in this layer we want to exclude the second layer because of the light. Now this light can be moved like this. I don't know, I think this will look a bit better. Yeah, of course. Sorry. And the result will be, yeah, I think this looks a bit better now. So let's continue, because this is not the end. There are other problems we need to address here, and I will just make it really quick. We can actually do the same as we did before. Maybe we can try the transparency now. I think it will look good. Yeah, it will be like this, and this will be maybe better. Yeah, this is the Rasengan. So now we want to make the core. I will use the same layer as we did for the like wrapper. What we want to do is just adjust the curves. Where are the curves? Here. I think you're familiar with the node layout. It's a bit different from Adobe After Effects, which is like layer based. This is the viewer, this is this, and composite is the final render. So we've made this, and now we also want to transform. We could have used only scale, but to transform it like maybe like this. Oh yeah, we need to actually use the transparency. So this is the core of this Rasengan. I think this blur should be here. There's this strange behavior of Blender. When I use blur, it might not always end up the way I want. There needs to be the transform needs to be at the end of the pipeline. I don't know why. Or maybe not. Yeah, this looks quite cool, I think. So maybe we can even use this lightsaber technique and add even one more, like, and this might be like 3, and maybe increase the blur to 80. I don't know. Yeah, I think it looks nice. Also, these energy beams might be, they look too plastic or something. You know, I want to really do all the tweaks and stuff that you would actually need to make it look somehow better, but just some basic things, and you have seen the result that can be done with this technique. So you can blur it a bit. Oh, maybe that's too much, but to make it more like an energy, and this is maybe too much, so let's just leave it at 1. Yeah, just to make it look more like energy. Actually, this shadow, when it's like, when I will show you that it will like disappear when we actually use an image or something. So this is okay. So this is, I think this is quite good, and now we can. I want to always do it or somehow create or simulate the Rasengan or all the jutsus like really in anime. So let's add that. We can add those thoruses like, I don't know. It should be wind or something like that. Strange thing that rotates around. I'll show you what I mean. So let's put it here. It's actually a new layer. We'll add it later. We can maybe increase. Sorry, I always forget that this has to be done after. So like this. Yeah. We can make it smooth again and new material. Noise texture. Oh, sorry, I got lost. Here, sorry, noise texture, and again we'll just. Sorry, I'm really getting hungry because it's always a lunchtime. But so let's make it quick. Okay, so hue saturation, desaturated, and I think this will do. Let's add one more layer. It will be like layer 3, exclude. Yeah, and there is this problem. We have to make it nice looking. We have to exclude the rest from all the layers. So let's add it here. And it's like another render layer. I'm sorry for the layout of the nodes, but sometimes it's really pain to align them in a good manner or somehow to make them, readable. Okay, so we can leave it to mix, and I wonder what will happen now. Yeah, choose it. No, yes. Yeah, of course we need a light source here, so I think for now we can. So I have added 2 of them. We can animate them as well to rotate. I will not bother with that, and the result should be like this. We can blur it a bit. I have added this in order to make the transparency problems disappear, so maybe we can actually make it even less visible. It depends on the application, on the scene where we want to apply it. So it will rotate like a wind or something. We can actually even like increase the contrast or something to highlight the texture, but yeah, I don't think this is important now, but it can create some cool effects. Now this is really fast. Maybe I will also make it less visible. And so there's maybe one more thing that we can actually do, and that is well, there are many things we can add, but this is the basic principle I wanted to show you. I'm not showing you the whole process because I'm too lazy to do that. We can maybe try this and actually add some glow, for which we can again use the original ball, Rasengan ball. We can maybe destroy the shadows a bit. This is sometimes quite tricky to actually make it look cool. Yeah, I think this will be good. Now let's create or add some blur. Maybe 100. Oh, maybe it's too much. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, and we can make it like this. Yeah, this looks, I think this looks pretty nice. There's one more thing I would like to, actually this bothers me a bit, that textured thing. I'll fix it. This doesn't look really good. Let's go to this note editor. Yeah, it disappeared. So maybe just scale it more, and I will actually use the contrast here, which will produce better results, I think, I hope. So yeah, these haven't changed. I will just copy paste the material. Sorry, this. So copy material to the others. Now I think this will look a bit better. As I said, I won't really tweak it too much. Yeah, this looks better. But I just want to give you the general idea of how to actually make the Rasengan. It's not really visible. Maybe we can change the scales too much, I think. But really, this is not that important right now, but you can play with it when you actually we can actually render only the layer that we changed, but whatever. I have set low resolution, so it's not that bad time. Yeah, as you can see now, there are some distortions like this, so which is, I think, cool. And now the last thing I would like to, or maybe last but not least, this thing is the glow around. So I think I'm not really sure how to actually describe it, but that strange glow-like thing that it's like halo around Rasengan. It's really anime-like, but I really like it, even though it's a real life application of Rasengan. So I'll just quickly do it. The rotation, say it like this, like around the Rasengan. We will add, I think, the noise texture. Sorry, noise texture is one of the most important things in Blender. It's really almighty. So we don't want, the video will come later, but I won't cover it here. So let's do it like this. Color desaturated again. There are ways to do it in the compositor as well, but whatever. Bright contrast. I will edit like this. Bright to maybe this. I'm not sure how much will we need. I think maybe even this will be good looking. Okay, maybe we can actually move this to one of the other layers. I'm not sure. No, I'll leave it in the new layer because I think it will look better. Exclude it's the layer 4. Yeah, actually layers are usually quite good tool because you can divide the problem into many sub problems and actually deal with them alone and then just composite them together. So yeah, it's getting ugly, I know. I'll add this, another render layer like this. It will be this one. So now we'll try to render everything again, and I think it will, I hope it will do what I want it to do. No, because we forgot the light. So here, I think, yeah, we can do this, which will create an interesting lighting, I think. So let's just this. I'll show you what I meant by the glow around, but it's not really important. Maybe it looks a bit weird in real life videos, but I like it. I really want to make it look like Rasengan. So this, yeah, it's not well aligned because of the camera position, but whatever. We can apply the directional blur now and use the zoom mode. Wait, that's too much. Yeah, I think this will do. No, this is really, yeah, this is what I wanted. It's the glow around Rasengan, which I think it's pretty cool. You can animate it again, like by rotating, or the best way would be to animate actually the texture. So one more thing that I think might be useful here is the energy beam around. I think I will edit here for simplicity. And how you do it? There are many ways to achieve this. I think curves will be a good option. Again, you can animate them as you wish, but for now we'll just try a simple approach. Turn the edit mode on, and I don't have the point here. So this will do the energy beams. I think we can just use this and copy paste for now. You can animate them like rotating around. So there is this filling thing that we actually want to adjust. The resolution. This is, as I said, this is really just a quick. Yeah, we can adjust the resolution like this, but I think we'll leave it like this. So this will do the beam. Now let's edit a material. Blue, I think, yeah, dark blue would be nice. Now really this is for just to show you the principle. So like this, we can animate it later. And now I wonder what will this do if we actually render it. Maybe we'll move it to another layer. I'm not sure if this will work properly because of the settings of that layer that I already applied, but whatever, we'll see. Yeah, it should do something like this. There's the blur, so it won't look this bad. Yeah, and this is it. Maybe we could have added more blur on the energy beams, but or maybe actually even make it like this. But it will now affect both, even the shadow around. Yeah, but I think like this, maybe one more render. And I think this is all. Now you can use many like adjustments. You can tweak it. Sorry, this is not what I wanted. You can add many more, materials. You can play with the colors. You can play with the composition and adjust the process and the result. You actually have to, because this is a really fast draft. But I think the idea is clear of how I did make Rasengan in Blender. So I think this is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this is somehow helpful for you. And if you create your own Rasengan, let me know. I would like to see. I will comment it or something. So have a nice day and enjoy the Blender Rasengan creation.